Krill proceeds to loot the body, delving in to see what he can see. A goat and a large water skin, a goat and a large water skin, a goat called Sebastian, and now it's time for reward. X for you is safe once again. Now the party feast with just one issue. Flesh is all that's offered to consume. Others feast, but Krill and I will not eat pulse and tissue. With bellies full, we seek the blacksmith's fire. Krill's impatience grows in dice and desire.
As you walk into the blacksmith's, you notice that she's not there.
Oh.
Is there anyone there?
Nope.
Is the shop being guarded?
Nope. It's the items are locked, but there is no one in the smithy. There's no one serving.
Just slow down for a second. Where the fuck is Mr. Mosey?
Did you leave Mr. Mosey
I
there?
absolutely did, for him to get measured up.
She had to measure him up, didn't she?
Oh, fuck.
Do I see Mr. Mosey?
I really hope she's just robbed.
Wait, is the door locked? Is the door locked?
So yeah, so to give some concept to this, the smithy is essentially open. It's got a big gate into it. Have you seen? The best way I can describe it is it's just a big like barn essentially.
Okay, right.
Kind of.
And
it's got big gates which are open.
How many hours is it going
in.
to take us to tear this place apart looking for Mr. Mosey? That's like how much time are we committing to this? Like, I'm fuming. I'm furious.
Roll me an investigation check.
Absolutely.
Is this calculation based on just Krill doing it or all five? Because you might need to make another calculation.
just Krill.
No bonuses. 14.
14. You look around the smithy and you see nothing missing, realistically. I mean, obviously you didn't take full stock when you were in here before, but you don't see anything missing. This doesn't feel like someone's, packed up and left everything. This just feels like somebody is not at their workstation.
Right.
I mean, she doesn't live here. She's not here 24 hours a day. But you don't see Mr. Mosey.
Do I see any medium armour?
What for you?
Yeah.
As in, like this. I can't believe this is a question I've got to ask. For a character size,
I suppose.
Yeah. You see some.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I investigate it? I want to see what.
What do you mean? Can you investigate it?
I want to see what kind of medium armour it is.
So as you look, you see some scale mail.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Really?
I would advise against taking anything from the shop in the way of thieving. Perhaps we should leave that to our small-fingered friend over there, but...
I turn to Dabov next to me and just point in front and go, "Can you take that for me?"
Quinch is removing himself from this situation. Quinch is walking outside and far away.
I'm going to say to Krill,
plausible deniability.
Is it wise to rob this place when she currently has custody of Mr. Mosey? Because
I understand your point. I'm quite upset with this woman.
why?
I'll take your advice, but I might also take it and just leave the 50 gold pieces for her. Does anyone think... Can we put our hands up if we think that's a bad idea?
Is it worth 50
Greg
gold
definitely
pieces?
raises his hand.
I'm sure Scalewell's 50.
Scale mail?
I'm sure. I looked like earlier when we were talking about armour.
Krill,
pieces, yeah.
Krill, I do not think you need armour. You are a barbarian, my friend.
Yeah, but I don't get any disadvantages from wearing armour. I just... Like, the whole unarmoured thing, it works really well if you've got high Dex and High Con, but I don't have either of those. So, bit fucked.
Right, so this is Dweezil to this is Stuart to Sam rather than Dweezil to Krill. So essentially, your unarmoured defence doesn't work because you didn't build your character properly.
No, I built my character very well. I just didn't roll very well.
Oh, amazing.
Anyone that rolls shit is going to be shit at everything. I just have like a high strength because I picked a legendary item. Beyond that, I'm not that great.
I'm going to look at the group and just say, shall I take it if he's going to leave the gold?
I do not think it's a good idea. This is a we have already. We've already caused a lot of trouble in this town. If he intends to buy it anyway,
all right.
let's buy it at another time.
Okay.
Legitimately.
Okay.
We are here. Remember why we are in this town.
Yeah.
We are already not as invisible as we should be.
Sometimes Krill has a moral dilemma. I just want my fucking teddy back. And with that, he huffs and walks out of the shop. That's not actually a shop.
What a fruitful visit. That was worth it.
Sometimes people are not where you want them to be.
Like Quint.
I mean,
like Quinch.
I know
like
this
Quinch
is a game of
times.
fantasy, but it doesn't mean that they're just stood there 24 hours a day, not doing anything, not taking a shit.
In our defence, she did say she was extremely busy and she was going to be working flat out for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, but
she's on lunch.
Doesn't mean she can't take breaks, mate. Doesn't mean she can't. She can't just be round the corner. Doesn't mean she's just not. Who knows? She might
Probably
go
off
somewhere.
playing the holes game.
Yeah.
Or something.
I mean, it's not like we
Probably
walked
ran
into
off with
this.
some giants came.
We didn't walk into the blacksmith and actually ask, is anyone there? We've just assumed she's fucked off. She's probably out back. Like, she wouldn't leave the door open unless she was within earshot, surely.
She's just having a piss.
And took the bear with her. Bit weird.
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Seeing as the door was open, I'm going to just call, is anyone there would like some service, please? In the most polite way I can.
Okay. You politely ask for service, and you politely get no response.
Rude.
Quinch yells back to the blacksmith, I think we should either look for an inn or a barkeep or bar tavern to get sloshed after a heavy day's adventuring. Then have some antics, maybe get some companions for the evening, have some antics, have some fun, and then do we need to meet up with Bum?
Why did you say it so creepily?
Is there a way to say that it doesn't sound creepy, in fairness?
Well, not
I'm
whispering
trying
it.
to be discreet based on the activities we're going to be doing with
Oh, fair play.
Bum. I don't want people to know what we're going to be doing with Bum.
Okay. It makes sense now. I'll MJ, have an inspiration point.
Wow.
If you don't already have one.
I think he's already got one, hasn't he?
Yeah, I might do, actually.
That's why I ordered him one.
Yeah, let's go find a tavern. This is a festival after all. Let's go.
Wait, hang on. What are you supposed to do with inspiration points if you never attack anything?
You can use them on any roll, I think, can't you?
Yeah, you can. You can use them in pretty much any role you want. They just give you advantage.
Cool, I'll have to do something in future.
So, exactly. Like, MJ's just here for the ride. MJ's just basically an audience member at this point.
With one less potato.
and one less tooth. Right, so what are you doing then? Are you going to the inn? I'll rephrase
Yeah,
that.
I think we should. I think we should look for a tavern or a hot spot of the city, town, whatever it's. Sorry, village, town. I think we should find a hot spot where all the
cool kids hang out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, lads on tour. Right, here we go.
So as you
The in-betweezers.
Brilliant. I might make a note for that one. As you were walking to and from the festival, you actually noticed the inn was about a little less than halfway back towards where you were. So you come out of the smithy, at the Smith, and you walk up a few, passing a few houses. Just a reminder that when you first walked this way, it was quite quiet, but there was still a buzz of positivity in the air. Things are a little bit different now. The giant attack has had just a rather palpable feel on the town. Things are a little bit more negative at this point. Anyway, you approach what appears to be a homely but somewhat boisterous inn, and you see a sign above the doorway saying the Stag-Horned Flagon.
Why do I recognise that name?
Because this is the inn where we are due to meet Bum.
Who?
Oh, he's lost his teddy bear and now he doesn't give a shit about anything. Oh. Anyway, you get to the inn. What are you doing?
I reckon we go and get some drinks.
Okay. You walk through the door, and what greets you is fairly modest, but like I say, homely inn. It's fairly decently sized, but at the same time, it feels very cozy, and it's not claustrophobic per se, but it just feels like everything's a little bit closer to you than it should be. Something intended to bring everyone closer together and give everyone a bit of a closer proximity to everyone, and maybe draw conversation out of people next to you, etc., etc. You walk in and it's pretty busy, but not in a happy-go-lucky way, not in a everyone's partying way. Clearly, people ran from the giant terror. And once they'd gone, once you guys had dispelled with them, they decided it was time to get a stiff drink. They might not have got involved in the battle themselves, but even so, their lives were somewhat in their own hands today. So you walk in there, it's fairly busy. There's a couple of seats, a few seats available for you to sit at. But you walk in and you notice that sat in the corner, having a drink.
Oh, BTS.
Is Alyssa.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Someone hold me back.
With Mosey sat on the table in front of her.
He's having an affair.
I approach her. Oh, and are you okay? I was so worried about you when the giants came.
You were worried about the teddy bear, weren't you?
I was worried about you, who was in possession of my teddy bear.
Listen, I don't believe that's true. There's no need for you to lie. I don't care about you. You don't care about me. This is purely a transactional relationship.
I never explicitly said I don't care about you.
Well, the fact that you're buying armour for a teddy bear suggests that you maybe don't care about people quite as much as you do objects.
Sorry, what were you saying? I was looking at Mr. Mosey.
Yeah. Have you come to ask me about the armour?
I have come to ask you about some armour.
Listen, it's been a few hours. Giants have attacked the town.
It feels like it's been fucking months. Can I?
Where is Sebastian, by the way?
And to my next point, I'd like to introduce you to my new friend, Sebastian.
The goat doesn't make any noises, but does like a little bowing motion.
I tried to convince him,
but then the woman at the bar says, "Look, you cannot have animals in this establishment. Can you please leave the goat outside? I don't care what's happened today. Can you just leave the person outside, the goat outside?"
I say to the lady behind the bar, "This is no mere goat, my good lady. This is Sebastian. Sebastian was instrumental in the defeat of the giant, and if any creature in this town deserves a refreshing beverage, it is my good friend Sebastian."
Excellent. I would not deny this goat a refreshing beverage. He can have it outside.
Okay, Alyssa, let's get to the point. Can you measure up this goat for some armour?
Sorry, listen. It feels like you've just ignored me. Can you please take the goat outside? This is the place where people drink and eat. They do not need goats in here.
Is Sebastian shitting?
He hasn't stopped. It's just a trail.
It's like Hansel and Gretel leading a trail to the goat.
Dabov, could you watch my goat outside for like a minute?
Fuck off, I'm staying inside.
Would anyone be kind enough to watch Sebastian outside for a minute?
It's your fucking goat.
I have business to attend to.
You've come to town to take part in a heist. So far, you've got into an argument with a blacksmith, you've won plenty of competitions, you've defeated 3 giants, and now you're arguing in the middle of a busy bar about a fucking
Right,
goat.
so I run outside, I tie up Sebastian, I run back inside. I'm assuming that you've had enough time. I'm assuming you've had enough time to measure up Mr. Mosey.
No.
You've not even taken his measurements yet.
I don't know what sort of operation you think I run. You're not the only customer.
Right. I apologise. Oh, right. So that's the first issue of armour. Second issue, goat armour. Is it a thing? If it's...
Is it a thing?
I've just... Listen, you big idiot. I've just told you I'm struggling to even do the armour for your teddy bear. I don't have any goat armour, you'd be surprised to know. If you want me to do the goat armour, that's going to be at least another week.
Okay, right. We'll forget about that. Armour for me. We didn't look around your stuff. We just noticed you wasn't there. Do you have any scale mail?
That's really odd. That's the only type of armour I have.
Excellent. Here's 50 gold pieces. I'll be picking some up when I pop by your shop.
Right. I mean, you are very peculiar, and I do not think I like it. I will still do the bear, and you know what? I'm even going to do it quicker because I want you out of my life, if I'm honest. I don't... Listen, if you're the person that's sent to negotiate with me when you... These... And she looks past you and just looks at the rest of you and just says, are any of you better at talking than this one?
Quinch points at Dweezil.
Dweezil points at Dabov.
Dabov just looks behind him and just goes, "Aww," noticing there's no one stood behind him.
I guess you're stuck with me. So when you say quicker,
Right, well,
like what, 20 minutes?
Listen, I just wanted a bit of downtime. I've been working overtime with this bloody festival. Giants came and made it even worse.
I know. I know the giants came. See these scars?
Right,
Giant scars.
Right, well, why didn't you ask me for armour when you were in my shop earlier?
Because I overestimated my unarmoured defence.
I think you overestimate a lot of things.
But
Your negotiation skills for
barkeep, bring this lady a drink. I'm not buying it. I'm just saying she probably needs a drink.
Listen, I'm stuck between being insulted and thanking you for the drink, to be honest.
No. I'm not.
This hasn't improved your chances by any means, but it's certainly not worsened them.
Fine, I'll pay for your drink.
Of course you're going to pay for my... What sort... She looks back at the group. Honestly, are you all worse than this one?
I, for one, can't believe the contempt he's showing you, considering you borderline didn't want to make the armour in the first place, and how accommodating you've been. I can't believe his tone.
Yeah, he's being very... this Krill has let himself down very much here, hasn't he, Quinch?
Well, you're just talking to the person who sticks fingers in queens' mouths.
You do what, sorry?
It's a euphemism.
For what?
It's a euphemism. It's Quinch has got a very unusual hobby. He collects small adhesive images of monarchy, which can be used to send messages.
Yes.
You learn something new every day.
I apologise.
Anyway,
I'm
right,
still...
listen.
Right.
Listen. Just stop talking, you blithering fool. If I agree to get this teddy bear's armour done... And she looks up and does a bit of mental arithmetic. If I can get this done in 2 days, will you just leave me alone?
Don't think about it, boy.
How much to get it done sooner?
No, we've been over this. I already gave you a discount. I already offered it to you for 50.
You won't fucking believe it. I paid you, went and stuck my hand in a termite hole, and got all my money back.
So what you're telling me is you don't need a discount then?
What?
So it's 50 gold. So it's no.
Meanwhile, Greg's just gonna walk over, grab him by the ear, and just pull him away. Like a naughty child, just like, come on.
As I'm getting dragged, I'm just going, thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm going to look at the blacksmith and just say, so it's settled then, and I'm going to climb up on the table and just address the room and say, who wants to buy your heroes a round of drinks?
Can I have a persuasion check?
Certainly can.
I'm really enjoying how we're keeping everything low key in this town.
Yeah, exactly. 14. For a few seconds, there's some silence. It's not that this town has necessarily is necessarily ungrateful for what you did, but large swathes. Large swathes. There's a lesson for you. Don't choose a word if you don't entirely know how to pronounce it. Large swathes of this group didn't necessarily see what happened, and for all they know, you're just a gnome standing on top of a table asking for a free drink. But suddenly, you see a small hand motions you to come over. A small lizard-like hand.
Yeah,
Oh.
there he is.
I'll buy him a drink.
Nice.
Dabble.
I'll make my way over.
Hello, Dabble. Fancy seeing you?
I know the exact place we said we'd meet. What are the odds?
That is true. We did say we'd meet here, didn't we? How are you?
Not bad. Can't help but notice that drink's not arrived yet.
Hang on a minute.
Pretty parched.
And he goes running off. He goes running off and comes back with exactly one drink. And puts it down in front of Dabov. And he looks to the rest of it and he goes,
Hello, I'm Bum the Squirrel.
Hi, Bum. Oh, thank you for the drink. And I just pick up the drink that was in front of Davos and drink it.
Dabov doesn't even resist. Just have it.
Oh, Dabov, I did actually get that for you.
Oh, well, easy come, easy go, I suppose.
That is true. They do go easy.
So about that heist.
What?
Oh, don't tell me you've forgotten. Christ.
No, you don't talk about these things. Dabov, I thought you were much more careful than this. You used to be much more careful. You can't just sit here. Look, there's people all around us. You've already made a commotion in this town. Would have thought you'd know better than that, Dabov.
Fine. It's fine. Glad you picked the busiest place in town to meet and just, discuss it.
Well, it's not normally this busy.
Right, then where do you suggest we go to talk?
It's a good point. Where do we go to talk?
Is Quinch in earshot of this conversation?
yes. I think you've all gone over, right? You've all
Okay,
gone over.
Yeah, we're around the table, I think.
Maybe we could all get a room. And I don't know if you know of any ladies or men of the night.
Oh.
would maybe spend the night with it. Obviously, we'd discuss the details when they've left, but some pleasures of the flesh would be a rich reward for the battles we have seen today.
It depends. I know some, a bit smaller than you, a bit dirtier than you.
Really?
I wouldn't expect so.
Okay, you get yourself a room. I've gone a bit camp. You get yourself a room, and Bum will see what he can do.
Are you going to join us?
Probably, so that we can talk to him, yeah.
You're more than welcome to.
I'm willing to go anywhere you want. Do you know anywhere that seems to be empty at the moment? Perhaps no one around? I don't...
One of the rooms.
I mean, there's a blacksmith back that way that's empty, apparently, with the doors wide open.
Oh, yes, that's Alyssa over there. Yes, let's go there. There's no one there.
Well, we haven't checked.
It was only half serious.
We
but-
have, you just...
Yeah, I mean, there could have been someone hiding, but I mean, sure.
Okay, let's go there. Let's go to the blacksmith's.
God, the third time we've gone
Wanted
there.
to get my rocks off, really.
So you head back to the blacksmith's.
Do we
Right!
untie Sebastian on our way?
It's up to Krill, really. It's his goat.
Yeah.
He's forgotten.
I'm considering how much of a ball ache it's going to be to maintain Sebastian.
Jesus, you already had him like an hour. You are the worst
Fucking hell,
pet
goats for
owner.
life, not just for an hour.
You'd already promised that we'd eat him. You can't let him down.
What's the chances we go outside and someone's stolen him?
Afraid not. Afraid not.
Fucking low. Who wants his shitting goat?
I untie Sebastian
Are you-
and bring him with us.
You wanted to buy him armour a minute ago. Fucking hell.
I've got an absolutely brilliant idea. Could we, somehow hog tie Sebastian to Smug so he's, hanging underneath him upside down?
Christ
That is what we do.
Let's deal with that later.
Um,
Right now, you've just got a small distance to walk to speak to Bum.
right, once we get to the blacksmith's, I'll take that chainmail, I'll whack it on, so I don't forget.
I don't think she officially agreed. She did, didn't she? Okay,
Did she?
so-
Yeah, she did.
I don't know.
I don't think Krill cares.
I think Krill just told her that he was taking it and replacing it with 50 gold pieces. I don't know if he officially actually agreed it.
Yeah, don't worry.
But she
I
knows
mean,
about it. I'll allow it.
Well, he's changed hands now. It's too late.
So you get to the blacksmith's for the third time today. You walk in. It's still empty. There's no one there. You called earlier. I don't know if you wish to call again just to make sure.
Yeah, I think we should just sweep the place. Never be too careful.
Okay. Can I have an investigation from you then, Quinch?
Now my AC is 16.
Ooh, that's not bad. 17.
17. You look around the room. You call out. You see no one. You hear no one. You're fairly certain that this is a empty building. There's no one's going to disturb you.
I fly 1 foot off the ground. Continue.
So Dabov,
Yes?
about this job. Are you still interested?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Go on. Tell me the skinny.
So there's this lord in town, and I think I told you before. He's not a very nice man. He's a slaver, and beyond that, he doesn't treat his people well. He's an angry man, and it's often that he makes deals to buy and sell his slaves, and sometimes they don't arrive. Sometimes they just disappear. He's not a very nice man.
Sounds like a worthy target. Where do we go? What do we do?
He's got a house on the edge of town. It's a big place. It's the biggest place in the town. He's not, he's not a leader here or anything like that. He's nothing, but he's quite flashy. He's quite showy. So he's from what I gather, I don't live here, but from what I gather from my information is that he's just a bit showy. And as soon as he moved in, he was just like, right, I'm having the biggest place here, and he built the biggest place here. He also likes. I still can't get a grip on what it is he's got that you might be interested in, but I've heard that he likes magical artifacts.
Well, don't we all?
Yeah, and that's what I thought. I never saw you with anything, Dabov, but I remember we used to have conversations. I remember you used to say that you like magical objects, and I when I saw you that day in Nightstone, I thought, Dabov's the right man for this. Dabov knows what he's after. So yeah, he's got plenty of magical artifacts, I believe, but I don't know what. So I can't promise. But I believe we made a deal, right? That I was going to get 10% of anything that wasn't magical.
I can't actually remember if we agreed to that, but yeah, that sounds fine to me. I look at the rest of the group and look for nodding approval or what have you.
I think that was correct. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Me and the group are still happy with that. What can you tell us about? Have you done any research on the place? Noticing any routines, any potential entrances?
Well, he doesn't live here all the time. This is like his second place, and he was in town for the festival. It's a big thing. Did you go to the festival?
Oh yeah, we had a really good time.
Did you keep your head down?
Oh, very much so.
Good. I wouldn't want anybody to know you were here. I wouldn't. I know we met in the town in the bar, but I hope nobody draws a line between us and recognises me, because I've been asking around a few questions, and hopefully I've not made anyone suspicious in my information gathering. But let's hope that nobody puts two and two together.
What's the Lord's name?
His name, you ask? I'm glad you asked that. His name's...
too, I'd love to know the answer.
His name's Lord Bong Rippington.
Bong Rippington.
Bong Rippington. Yeah, he's of the Rippington family.
Amazing.
Normal name, I like it.
Yeah, he's in town. Or he was in town. Although he's a bit of a cruel man, he's not known to be, from what I gather, he's not known to be very brave. That's why I think these slaves get it. He likes to take out his cruelties on them. So I suspect with the giants, he's probably gone. He's probably put his tail between his legs and run. I can find that out for you, but I think the place is safe. But I would recommend we wait until night and go there and scope out the place.
Okay.
Do you have a safe house or anything here?
I don't. I just sort of sleep where I find space. I don't really have much money, so I can't really afford to stay anywhere.
Well, I suggest what we could do is rent a room at the inn, and then make out that we're just going to spend the night there. Maybe have a short rest or a long rest, depending on how long's left. And then under the cover of night, once we're reasonably well rested, we can sneak out without anyone noticing. So we've got an alibi, so people think we're sleeping there the night, and then we can scope out the place sort of in the early hours of the morning.
Yep, that sounds sensible. And ideally, if we can find some thorns or pins of some description, I think it would be important to have a wall in our room where we have a picture of Lord Bong Rippington, and then probably some pieces of straw or twine running from him, and detail the plan of our heist, like I heard happens in our heists.
It sounds very convoluted, and I probably would advise against that. As I say, I may have made some noise about being here, so I think it's probably best that from here on out we don't see each other until tonight at the house.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Should we go back to the inn, get some rest, and then sort of what time should we say in the morning? Sort of 2-3 a.m.
What time?
Something like
what
that.
time is it now?
So we're probably looking now. It's probably with everything that's gone on with the fight and etc. and whatever. We're probably looking at it about 7 o'clock at night now.
How long do we need to long rest?
8 hours, isn't it?
8 hours.
So if we met Bum at 4.
Yes, that works for me.
Okay.
Not sure how we keep time in this world, but
Go back straight to bed. Meet him just before dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
Under the
That's
cover,
fine.
the cover of dusk.
That well-known phrase.
So we're all still in the blacksmiths at the moment, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's agreed. We'll meet at 4 outside. You can't miss the house. It's in the very east part of town. Just come out of here. I don't know why I feel the need to give you directions actually in the show to tell you where it is, but you come out of here, you take a first right. You follow your way around. It's a semicircular path. Just keep following it, and eventually you'll see it. Huge house. If I were to arbitrarily show other people in a way, it's right here.
And you're sure it's the biggest in the town, yes?
I think, as I've said 4 or 5 times, it is the biggest.
I'm glad that it's clear which one it is. What colour's the roof out of interest?
Yellow. The one sort of on the very right of the picture that's pinging right now.
So it's the biggest house with a yellow roof. Okay, got.
Let's not take maps literally, shall we? So, right. I'm going to leave now. You guys stay here for a little bit. I'm just going to make sure the coast is clear. I'm going to leave. And I'll meet you there tonight. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Yes.
Yes.
I look forward to seeing
Yes,
you again.
although we're not anywhere near a coast, so how are you going to make sure it's clear?
I don't get it.
Neither do
Sometimes
I.
he takes things a bit literally. I wouldn't worry about him.
Right, okay. I feel awfully stupid around you, old man. I'm Bum the Squirrel. Have we met before?
Yes, I'm the learned gentleman called Greg. They know me
Okay,
as Slayer of Dragons, Slayer of Giants. That's right, isn't it?
Wow. You slayed a giant. When did you slay a giant?
Just earlier. All in a day's work, my good fellow. Do you want to buy me a coffee?
I hope we don't come into giants tonight. And with that,
Why are you saying that?
he
Why are you so
gives you all,
creepy?
he gives you all a little wink, and he heads over to Dabov and sort of like, it's really good to see you, Dabov. I've missed you.
And I you, my friend.
Were you guys like intimate previously? It sounds like he's an ex.
What happens on the streets, stay on the streets.
And with that, he scuttles to the door, has a little look outside, and dashes out, and the last thing you see is his tiny little scaled tail disappearing.
Oh.
Bye, Bum.
Did anyone else think that we shouldn't trust that guy? I mean, I know you go back with him, but he seems dodgy as fuck.
Don't mince your words. Say what you're really thinking. As with any heist, we should tread lightly and take what he says with a pinch of salt, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, we heading back to the inn, get some rest.
Yeah, let's get rested up before we.
Before we leave, I'm gonna tie up Sebastian in the hopes that she comes back, has a change of heart, and decides to indeed measure him up for some armour.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm sure that a woman that you've pissed off already is just going to love that you've left a wild animal in her blacksmith shitting away.
Kicking all the armour stands over, chewing on the furniture. Yeah, I can love it.
Like a goat in a blacksmith.
I'm slightly worried that Sam is becoming Krill with his intelligence score at this rate. without reaping the strength benefits. So yeah, you leave it sufficient time. You leave it a few minutes, and as you leave as you're about to leave the blacksmiths, can I have who's going out first? Who wants to do the checking if the proverbial coast is clear?
I'll go out first. Oh no, I won't.
I'll do it.
Right.
I could do it.
I've already said.
Just
Sorry.
Okay.
Someone's belligerent.
Greg.
Belligerent. Meaning.
Anyone?
Yeah, I've already said I'll fucking do it.
Well, just do it then. Investigation check. Perception check.
Okay. Yeah. So 5 overall.
5 overall. You look out into the now darkening evening, and you don't notice anybody watching.
That's suspicious.
I mean, there could be someone looking right at us and we wouldn't know it was there.
You rolled a 5. You don't notice anyone watching. You don't notice anyone watching. You don't notice anyone watching. I'm just emphasising every single word just to make sure it just sounds as suspicious as it possibly can.
I mean, fair enough. In that case, we just
don't
go.
Notice anyone watching.
We're just coming out of a blacksmith's. There's nothing weird about coming out of a blacksmith's.
For the third time today, twice.
For the third time today, leaving a goat in there.
Yeah.
Right, let's go back to the Staghorn Flagon.
Yeah. Okay. Marching off.
Yeah.
Okay, so you enter the flagon. It's not been that long in reality since you were last here. Pretty much the same faces are all in the establishment.
I'll approach the lady behind the bar this time. So,
Dweezil, ask them if they've got a honeymoon suite.
my good lady, do you have rooms for the evening?
We sure do.
How much is your board and lodging?
We don't have much room, I should say, looking at my ledger. Because obviously it is the festival.
Yes.
I know you guys did us a solid, but unfortunately I can't magic up rooms. We've got 3 rooms available. I think that'll probably just about squeeze you boys in.
We can manage with 3. How much is the board and lodging on the rooms?
So for the night, we're talking 5 silver pieces per room.
That's absolutely fine. I do have one request. We've had a very, very busy day. We don't need to be anywhere until tomorrow evening, so we'll require a late checkout because we'll be sleeping in until. Quinch is a very heavy sleeper after a battle, and famously he will sleep. He'll as soon as his head hits the pillow tonight, he'll be straight to sleep, and it'll be possibly just before noon that Quinch will actually wake. So we will all take advantage of that, and we'll have a nice long lie-in until just before noon. Is that an issue?
Can you give me a deception check?
That's 15.
Yeah, I mean that shouldn't be a problem. I imagine now that the festival's done, I can imagine that a lot of these guys will be going tomorrow, so we probably should have room. It's usually quite quiet here after the festival, so yeah, that's fine. You can have that, but for an extra silver piece per room.
That's not a problem at all. Not a problem at all.
So that's 18 silver pieces.
Yeah.
Meals? Would you like some meals brought up to your room?
No, we'll be absolutely fine, thank you. We've got our own rations. We all have special dietary requirements. So we take our own food with us.
I would also say that I am going to charge, and she points over to Krill, you did actually order a drink for Alyssa over there, and you didn't pay. So that will be 5 copper pieces, please, to cover that.
I feel like I did specifically say, get her a drink, I'm not paying.
But Alyssa will not pay for the drink that you ordered for her. And to be honest, hearing the way you spoke to her, I'm not actually entirely surprised. I certainly wouldn't force her to buy a drink that someone else ordered for her.
I hand over 5 copper pieces to...
Hey!
Thank you.
I've
already done
need
it.
your charity.
But
I also
Thank you,
I
sir.
have over an additional 5 pieces and say, send her another one. Make sure she knows they're both from me.
Does she give me? Do we get keys to the
He's
rooms?
got to ask for a receipt.
Yes.
Tax deductible, isn't it?
Would you like a VAT receipt? So she hands over 3 keys to you and motions for one of her staff members, a young dwarf who comes over and he says, "Let me show you to your room."
I give Quinch one of the keys and I say, "Quinch, this is for the honeymoon suite. It's all yours."
You are a kind gentleman, thank you.
And the dwarf walks away, takes you up some stairs, shows you to the 3 rooms. The 2 of them are adjoining, but the honeymoon suite is at the end of the hallway.
Quinch flies down the hallway.
Are you flying the entire time?
Pretty much.
Brilliant. And there we are. You have yourselves 3 rooms. You walk in. They're fairly modest. There's nothing exciting about these rooms. They're modest but comfortable. And yeah, they're certainly going to be. They each only have 1 bed, so those that are sharing will have to cozy up together. Luckily, none of you.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
None of you have to sleep with a beast that has wings, so that's going to be much easier for you. And that is it. You'll presumably settle down for an early night?
Correct.
Yeah.
Locking the doors.
8 hours.
Thank you for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button on your favourite podcast app to ensure you don't miss any future instalments of Dice and Desire. And in the meantime, if you want to interact with us, come and find us on Twitter and Instagram at Dice and Desire.
We're going to give it another go. It's a bit more zing. A bit of zing. Zing. Yeah. Ready? Hello. With a hello. No.
Hello.
Wait till I get through the whole thing. Ready? Wait till hello with a billowing hilltop.
Hello.
Oh dear.
Waiting to get through the whole thing.
No. I mean,
I thought that was the whole thing.
The whole thing is hello with a billowing hilltop. Okay. That's the whole thing. Yeah?
Okay.
That
was right.
That pretty much sums up the show. But if you want to find out any more, you can visit us at www.belowinghilltop. Is it com? Does anybody know?
.org.
Is it? It's .com. What do we do? What do we play?
There's monsters.
Does anybody remember?
Walking around.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We will be delighted if you were to join us around our table as we play Dungeons. Is it 5th edition? Hello?
Yeah, we think so.
Yeah. Yes. We play Dungeons and Dragons.
In the background?
Sorry, that was me. What was that noise in the background? There will be noises in the background as we play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition through the classic Paizo adventure path, The Age of Worms. You can expect this. No! Quite a bit of this.
I'm completely lost.
This. This.
I've got a bugbear in my underpants.
And one of these.
Oh dear.
We're on Apple Podcasts and we're on Spotify and we're on TuneIn and you can find us on Twitter and you can find us on Facebook. And we hope you join us. Thanks very much.